Okay, this is Evilanglests. This is about, we had to edit some online, we kind of just, played around with some images for copyright reasons, and it was fun. So this is kind of biographical about some televangelists doing the devil's work, and, so I think I go into 4 of them here, and we have Kenneth Copeland there. That's pretty much it. Okay. We can do this. Hit it! I'm gonna do that every time. Antichrist cults, prosperity prophecies, and magnetic mythical ministries acting out the devil himself, twisting scripture, implying sin of the wealth. It's mega, it's MAGA, it's applied rules to rapture, fuel not to prove but to seduce the masses and harass the truth with maniacal laughter. These pastors lead lavish lifestyles of the blessed and the famous, the blasphemous and the shameless, praising pain as they cometh up from his chambers. Absolutely dangerous, deranged in lust. You never can trust a fake healer in glasses or braces, a massive sign of sus and bad practice from changing faces. Bible says that a man of riches heavenly passage is feeble and a bigger challenge than a camel passing through the eye of a needle. Kenneth Copeland, not just rich but evil, needs a fleet of private jets, avoiding coach in that tube of demonic people, yet spitting bubonic like preaching, super spreading the word of economically depraved creatures. Vaccination says he is the mark of the beast, but I bet his old ass took the first one within reach, peering down his creepy crooked index like the scope of a rifle at his mark. Ignorant and indignant that loose gun rights and school shootings are held apart. Rather, prayer back in classes. Those stats over decades prove more baby children soon after. That Copeland dark with piercing eyes and sharp razor teeth where the poison mouth drops open to blow the whip of God upon the corona, not the crown of virus. Slinging saliva onto the congregation sign is reminded to line the designer pockets and lubricating speech for release of extra tithings. Real funds for false prophets. This is human form of charismatic satanic manifestation, I promise. And in a sermon not long past, there was 2 guys, 1 cup, and a demonstration they each cut their hands, squeezed blood from their fists, swirled to mix it, symbolized becoming part of Jesus. Kenny drank from the goblet, and thus he blessed all to become his parsonage as he so pleases. Peter pop off, breaking cane so you can walk off, toss prescriptions for faith's sake and Pete's profits. It's a crafty spell under which many fell ill or dead. From a boy preacher to a thespian healer, other gimmicks pale in comparison to just how embarrassing his miracle for sale is. Sacred salt and miracle water, not the only declaration of life-threatening pop offers. Addresses and ailments correct us to pop off ears, it's as God speaks it. Selecting who receives relief unless it's his wife in his earpiece, reading from info recollected in his seed. Benny Hinn, heretical charlatan, the truly sick aren't welcome into healing action. The well may pay financial thanks to be slapped by his magic jacket in his theatrical practice. But back-to-back drug overdoses of close staff, why not bless them both with second chances? They were your friends, Hinn, you withheld their deliverance. This illusion is exposed by the son of his bro. His short collars kept closed his throat, so he chose what shows. A button-up coat over flesh and ghost, something wicked and gross. Like Paula White, Trump's little nut to the right, took the sword of the Lord to strike and strike and strike and strike, tonguing it down like a serpent belly along the ground as she shouts evangelic reinforcement from Africa right now, from Africa right now, Africa right now. She said, I am Paula, who is pretty, where I stand is holy, so I shall not seek forgiveness, only victory. And if you don't send money, your dream will die, your cause will die. It don't make no difference when her jets and Karen hair flag fly. I hear the sound of an abundance of rain. I hear the sound of a victorious plot. I hear the sound of an abundance of pain and their damnation slumbereth not. However, true God wants me to praise thee. Show me the true way. Praise God. Praise God. Thank you. And this is is called Charlie Hoarse, and actually, the person this is about, his parents are here, and why did I say that? Sorry. Anyway, that's him. And basically, he lives in New Orleans, and he's been taking care of all these mules even through hurricanes, and he's like completely devoted. And as a result of not being able to maybe continue to live off of that, he had to move on. And right at the time he was deciding, Liza Jane, one of the mules, escaped. You know, she made her big escape in protest, I can only assume, and ran accidentally into a dumpster. And so, you know, they had to wrangle her out of there, but I just kind of wrote this sort of about all these things I've known about Charlie in the many, many years I've known him since he was a little baby. No, I'm just kidding, 14. And so it kind of goes into some things about him, but just kind of a projection of what Liza Jane was probably thinking. You know? Yeah. No. Shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, it's warm. On a single pathway, horseshoe and cowboy prints on appliques to lay atop what seems a fine fillet or filet. Stuck between instinct to buck and deed to play, take heed to say she can't even measure the weight and cannot conflate. This levee may break with the wrong key. Sediment so sweet she's getting double diabetes, taking breaths between his lines like she's singing chocolate rain. Sprinkling enough to slip from old cuffs and chains and hopefully change. Rarely neutral but inadvertently transparent, barely brutal when compared to adolescent history. Painstaking growth with the utmost lesson revisiting, trying to know a rescue road from a chokehold through breathtaking glimpses of hope for something stable, free of fast deeds to jack the heart of a mare, trying to get buried before catching feelings. I as this carriage doing wheelies that come down in a thump. Her heart drops through her trunk, broke by the big stick and the spokes. Suddenly ducking fly nuts and bolts. Now this damn thing won't go. It'll take time to be fine. The only way now is to walk slow. One step at a time never flowed. Jumping landing to landing. When will she open like a drawbridge, not a spring load? To flash the sight of a fast waning bow. With his back to the rainbow. Don't say it ain't so. She's the one who made it so impeccable. Emotional logic with the impulse of a romantic barbarian. Sabotage until it fits it like a portal melting in an aquarium. She feels you scaring him. This path is thin. Whether the distracted shrub side or the stream, someone's falling in and it ain't gonna be him. The muddy water's not safe for drinking. This damsel's adept at distressing, rearing her own investment. She's sinking. Hissed to herself, what were you thinking? She was dreaming, leaning, seemingly blinking, perceived with caution or reason. She feels less like them. In her puddle, she goes inward toward the mounting to the peak of this freak out. And he's at the other end of this free-flowing spout, dousing their ground, making it tricky to get out. Slipping all over the spectrum, meanwhile, in his steady hand is all the integrity from all the lives his soul has been. The swirling palm like curls through ampersands dare not demand rapid and ample closeness to understand. She takes a moment back and standing rampant until that breeze of clarity held is there a mirror to say that she is not her fears. Whipped into the shape of a cornered rectangle, angle less shaken but both trusting and afraid. Looking down the stream which trapped her in depth is really shallow, and she need not step onto the thin path previously laid. Looking up, her gait is stayed. Being wild and then wise is part and parcel of her stride. She won't follow the long arm just to talk to the hand of some non-suitor lost like a flipper in the sand, or build on just hickory grips and smoke of thickening one stump until the wrist sends her running. She is still quelling the thrill for what's really real, like a bond over time, changing with age and space but always kind. Two of a mind to face all aspects of self, to be and love well, to give, not sell, to show and telling action through the valleys and curves of the bell. Gaining traction by its full reflection, compelled, never jealous of more, primitive self-concept criteria, so never finished or limited with hard work to do either. linguistic portraits of F's and swells on stitches, telling experience which makes this witness whistle and then melt. Whatever the blend is meant to be, it's solid, so she untangles her feet. This Charlie horse is a knot of many strands. This song she braids is to celebrate being wild and free on men. This is not the end. Thank you. I do have to say, he did now become a, what's it called, farrier? Yeah, so he's actually putting on horseshoes all the time, so actually they could be reunited. So I will do a follow-up at some point. I know, you were all concerned. So, okay. Holy moly, I'm melted. Oh God. Okay, that's fine, it's okay. Okay. This is a story about mutualism, and it's called Hey Warthog, What's Eating You? And it's basically about, I don't know, but basically, like, you know, warthogs are pretty ruthless, and, you know, with their kids and things like that, and banded mongooses are also pretty ruthless, and they've like found a way to work together because warthogs are covered in, you know, ticks, which is miserable, and you know, they worked out a little deal with mongooses to kind of eat them things off, and it's kind of like, how can we not do better? Are you kidding me? So anyway, here's their message. Oh yeah. We altered that too. They have a little bit of polka dot blush and some realistic grass for you guys. Yeah. Hit it. It's like, I'm sorry, I really am gonna stop that. In sub-Saharan Africa, many alone, so solitary and wild bachelor go roaming their home from woodlands to grasslands through savannas. Same lands as abandoned bandits, humping cat-like carnivores in large numbers. What will happen if their paths are soon to bear crosses? That hog, peppered in beauty-marked warts, he's sharp, specialty his lower tusks are like blades. Nothing to mess with except his neat semicircle uppers that their snout partly covers. That hog is surely not my lover. Not far away, a band plays of banded mongooses, almost 30 in the group. They strongly believe families should stick together. Neighborly turf wars are often deadly, or over territory as a decoy employed to get pregnant. Hold on, I'll explain it. These many mommies instigate battle. These dames at the top not afraid of fatalities or bloody male counterpart bodies as a ruse to get to others' honey. Each crew has a brute broad at the helm. She starts to brawl, some girls sneak off, leaving for a mating sound degrading. But how else can she prevent inbred genetic deterioration? All the other girls spring pups, and in fact it's a group thing, together breeding in synchrony, and after the wars a purring symphony. But 10% of babies are born of immediate families. See these couples just slow the weakening through intergroup migration for more diverse coupling. They're only swapping posses and gang fights to survive, albeit troubling. Love bites, it isn't fair. The exploitative nature of a role in their own betrayal. But alas, the herd longevity is spared. Meanwhile, the aloof playboy warthogs are simply laking with chicks to bait and dip. Wham, bam, thank you, miss. And she'll raise their young on her own. But once knocked up again, those kids are gone. She'll chase her babies away, kick them to the curb with orders not to return. No wonder the boys grow and stick on their own. Learning early on, if you can't trust your mom, you really can't trust no one. So they say, girl, just give me that sugar and I'm gone. And on and on. Mom goes into isolation, thinking a moment to myself will be nice, a slice of quiet. But then, water breaking the silence, the new litter is born. To mom their own, none the wiser. The evicted children roam and follow alone, female to follow along, till biting the bullet to go it alone, knowing mom curls and nurses at home. Grown-ups chow down, almost bowing on bended knees, hairy and callous, padded for this practice, eating short grasses in his little reading classes. His snout snorting about the ground here in this wet season. Oh, no, flying fever for you and nothing, and we're not bugs, but those bugs are looking scrumptious, and I don't mind if I do. Warthog thinks, dang, this is brutal, but I have to trust his mongoose pack to a pact of mutualism. I mean, in his own words, he's thinking it. He lays on his fatness back and bristles, mongoose whistles. Y'all come and get this. Warthog subsides. I guess it's like aardvark digging holes in my fleet in. Except aardvark isn't there then. But we're here now, under 22 mongoose, so let the grooming begin. This spit shines an alliance of an intimate kind, my friends. Like the remorse fish nipping parasites off sharks behind and the plants beside it. My community needs to try this. The animals in observation are in elation, just imagining the ways of the critters who can serve themselves and each other in an undivided nation. Those mongoose are violent scrappers who are too faithful to their families and not enough to their partners, yet reproduce in unison like no matter how many hearts and bones will, their bonds won't break nor bend backwards. Then the warthog, our tough, bitter dude, barely stopping by but enough to knock her boots. The woman abandoned, raising children alone, turning around to kick her kids out for some me time. Between whip stitching, wild and stoned, before the next litter is born, barbaric and scorned. And could stop the mongoose out for far less than food, yet now here they go, immense trust and benefit put to both. The warthog pushes them off as he grunts enough. And the mongooses flee, all with full bellies. Warthog relax and dapper, all the creature onlookers scatter, running home to share how this can be a pattern. Some of the most moving parts are our differences. We're not separate units, but separate parts of one. And we would have never thought that those beasts and those scrappy species could interact in peace, yet oh how far they've come. Not everyone is safe to serve, and not every group will adhere to decent terms, but our world will really change for good when we see we are one. The blessings of our connections will flood. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Okay. Also, it really kind of helps me with my nervousness to have this like security blanket. So I kind of was like, you know, maybe it's weird to be reading the book, but thank you for tolerating it because it helps me, you know, be a little more anchored. Okay, now this is called Respite, which I'm pretty sure, Sarah could tell me, but I'm pretty sure Raha and Farsi might sort of mean like respite. And this is respite now? Yeah. And that's what I thought. Generally this is about my periodontist, this extremely precious person to me. Anyone who's met me once knows all about her. Actually, I have a tattoo of her. That's how amazing. But, you know, I've been through a lot, and I think it's more typical to have someone that's not, whatever. I'm gonna go on for 4 hours if I get into it, but basically, in my life, when I've had like ongoing stress or in a threatening situation from childhood and on, I would break out into hives, and I was kind of going through something pretty threatening, going down a certain path related to whatever the role stuff I'm not getting into, but when I would speak to her, like my hives would actually like melt away, which has never happened in my life. And just I think it's not just how respectful and understanding she is and what an amazing person, but also just like technically so good. So I hope no one needs gum grafting, bone grafting, implants, but just, you know, Dr. Yousefi. You know, oh, there she is, I drew her. The balance on the page isn't great, but okay. So, thanks.
Hit it.
I went on. Hit it. Okay. Maybe one day crossing paths on X's on the road up high, but you have to get there on with separate blessings on your side. Rather than focus on the meaning, I need to concern myself with the purpose when heart thou art not from where come these forces. Found myself on many courses, humble sorcerers and noble moral enforcers on my path of choices. And I mustn't be crunched under gears on the cogwheel of fortunes, meeting ends and divorces. I'm really thinking, turning the phrase and freezing, seeking safety and narrowly seizing it. Some places Halloween faces were heroin. The big mouth is the difference between the dolphin and the porpoise. For folks that think like me, I drift to sleep counting in orbits, hoping to wake some more memories, haunt ears from easy steamboat, now going along the phone, hoping to breathe the swords out of my throat. While truth clapping, fuck the patriarchy, I'm riding liquid metaphors into the sunset. Only regret is delayed art of forgiveness. Yet offenses got relentless and more than dented, getting dented while I'm chewing on resentment. I'm between nervous and terrified, but I don't mind. Your beeswax honey, so please don't probe my hives. Only in the daughter of the son of Joseph do I so confide, with a little Trevor and damn eyes, spilling baggage from the last guy, and cringing through discussion, touching off my manses. It won't be like this in due time. Hyperverbal to compensate for where my neurodivergence defeats my ability to express and demonstrate. Trigger push with the research into my tricks, so childlike like most my life demand. Some partners sure were perverted, especially that first one. Pancreas corsage, monsieur saw to this prompt concussion of a panicked pixie dream girl. I'd long moved on to become a different sort of trope, a host to a misanthrope who pulled a fast one and perhaps too little time beneath me microscope. Best I take my lead when exceeding rape my sleeve. Oh please don't please, should his hindsight see through this relationship whose ghost is likely to remain. It's murderous fodder for many a refrain. I don't know where we were going, but I know I had to get here on my own. But it's never bad to be back home alone. On the path, no one had my back. In the past, I had to get here on my own, and I no longer go down this path alone. Thank you. That might have sounded weird because I forgot to mention that I was going into all the different times in life where I was having those like kind of hive breakouts. You're probably like, sounds like she's amazing. Where's all this trauma? Those were stories about hives and the difference. And all right, again, I'm gonna go on too long.